Hello.
Woo.
Hello. Welcome to Talk Nerdy to Me, baby. I am Amy. I'm Amariebythesea everywhere on the internet.
And I am Casey. I'm CasedCrusader on all of the things.
And this is Talk Nerdy to Me, baby, which, if you're not familiar with, is actually a podcast we were doing for, 2-3 years?
I think almost 4?
Almost 4 years. We took a brief break because what we had kind of realized was we wanted to take Talk Nerdy to Me, baby, to like a brand new level. This level. And me, our tech lady here, had a little trouble trying to figure out our setup. It required a lot more computer space, a lot more camera space, and finally, after what was it, a year and a half?
Yeah.
A year and a half. We got it to work. And so, ta-da! Welcome to the famous brown wall from almost everything I ever film or photograph. How you feeling? What?
That's just the brown wall.
It's true.
That produces the brown note.
Oh my gosh. Hi everybody.
Hello.
We're actually really excited that a bunch of you are here. I was ready to speak to no one and just talk to the cat who was just off screen. So the fact that you're here is honestly warming my heart completely, because I know a lot of you probably don't know, me and Casey from this. You just kind of know us from other places on the internet. And so this was a podcast that we really started because we like talking about stuff. And we were noticing that, we were having conversations that we really wanted to share with other people because they were interesting to us. And this was, a really fun platform to bring it to other people. We're on, Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts and stuff, but this was really what we wanted because now I can see you all in here. I can see Robert and Marion and Agent
Wharfstash? No.
Oh yeah, Wharfstash. Do you not know Wharfstash? You all must teach him the way of Wharfstash. He doesn't understand.
What did I just step into?
You have stepped into the Markiplier cinematic universe.
The MCU?
Yes.
We're in the MCU?
We are in the MCU!
Oh boy.
He needs to be taught the ways. He has not had the exposure therapy that I have had, and so he must be brought into the internet culture. Fun fact, Casey is much more of the, actual gamer between the two of us, but if we're talking about, gaming culture on YouTube or that space...
I'm a hermit.
It's true. He watches PlayStation Access, and that's about it.
And what culture?
And what culture?
Yeah, I think that's it. Mostly. Wilford Warstash, the full name.
Indeed.
But yeah, so when we were just having this conversation, and I feel like there was some sort of metaphorical entity that was just like, I'm gonna put a mic in front of you two so that this can actually go to other people.
The one
Sorry
mic that
my
we share.
eye itches.
The one mic that we share. We're still figuring out our setup. We don't live in the best space for this, which was part of the reason that it took so long to come back. We're a little cramped, but hey, we're here, and that's what actually matters. And so are you, which is honestly, again, so amazing. And so thank you.
Steffi.
Hey, Steffi.
Hi.
Steffi, you don't understand. Steffi owns my heart, and the fact that I haven't seen her live has it been over a year, Steffi?
Yeah.
Has it been over a year since I got to actually hug you? That's not fair. I want to hug my tall friend. You need to be here now, and we'll make up for this. I did convince. Oh, this is fun, and I'm gonna make you do it too.
I'm gonna pause you real quick to say
Yes.
Thank you, Zekron, for stopping by. Hello to you back.
Hi.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Oh,
This is gonna be weird for the people who listen to the audio form.
I know, this will go up on our normal streaming platforms about every Tuesday after we record the live. We're figuring out the best day for the live because our work schedules are a little incompatible. sometimes, but we're figuring it out. So if you have a specific time you think is really, really good for streaming, please let me know, because we'll try to work around it and make it really work. But we figured, this was a catch-up episode. Where have we been? Why has it been so long since you've heard from us? And then catching up on all the things that kind of have happened between, June 2022 and now?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything big. Anything big that might have happened or might have existed, launched, done anything in that time frame? Can you?
Nope, can't think of a thing.
So, again, I'm our tech lady. When it comes to the run-through of our episode, I leave that to Casey. He is our master of ceremonies in that sense.
You say that, and then you're like, after, like, a special surprise, I was like, wait, what are we doing?
Oh, no. What I was going to say was, Steffi reminded me, I have tried to convince Tom to let me throw all of us a Pokemon tea party whenever they get here to the U.S., because that is something I really want to do, and I'm going to make you come. And so...
You say that like you have to... There's any force involved.
No, when it's Pokemon, Casey will be there. The tea stuff, maybe not.
I drink tea.
You drink tea. I took you to have actual tea once, and you were just so confused. It was too much sweet, so much little, and you're like, I'm still hungry, but also, why am I eating all these cake?
But the tea was good.
The tea was good.
The tea was piping hot.
That being said, we are drinking coffee and not tea, because finally I can have caffeine again. You can have caffeine again. There was a time at the beginning of this month where we were not allowed to have caffeine, which is something that will come around again somewhere else, but it was a time where you will also see this brown door.
The brown door. What lurks behind the brown door?
Oh, this is Dan Man's first ever podcast. Is it our podcast or your first ever podcast? Because that's going to be the differentiator. I can explain to you what a podcast is.
But first, hello, Ash.
Ash! Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you for showing up. I love when friends come to party. Welcome.
Sorry, I keep, for those like watching the live, I keep looking at Amy on screen and not to the left or at the camera, at all of you lovely people. So I'm just like, wow, Amy's right there on the computer.
Listen, I can't help it that I just absorb light and like exude a radiance that is just so eye-catching. Which is a level of
confidence. But not
confidence.
next to me.
No. It's only through the computer screen. This is why I only exist in a digital space now. You never see me in real life.
Truly a digital age. I don't need live action Amy. Well, I prefer...
Next time we'll just have like a buffer here so he can get the actual true experience of what it's like to know me.
Bring in the plexiglass.
Yep. Just only through a screen. That is the entirety of life.
Ugh, can't look.
Alright, so what is the first thing that we're going to cover today in our catch-up of the past year and a half?
So, the first catch-up is that it is, in fact, Dan Man's first podcast here and in general.
Oh, wow! Welcome! We talk about nerdy things, and nerdy can be a bunch of different kinds of topics. It's really anything that we feel really passionately about. We've done nerdy coverage of what? Give me a list.
We've done video games, classic stuff. We've covered the MCU, we've covered the DCEU, RIP, and that extends all the way to Drag Race.
We've covered Drag Race. We've also played games like pulling stuff out of a hat and doing song titles through Google, Pokemon through Google. So like if you have games or stuff that you think would be fun to watch, feel free. I warn you that if there's too much thinking involved, there's a lot of dead air. We learned that the hard way with one of those lyric challenges where we put lyrics through a Google Translate like 4 times, and by the time we had to like think about it, it was just staring like...
Don't even think about it. Think about it. Also, hi Virgil, dropping by to say hi.
Hi!
I like your name, it's cool.
It's true. Fun fact, as we again are on another tangent, Virgil is the name of one of my favorite superheroes, Static Shock, which I still need to get Casey to watch.
I only saw a little bit as a kid, so we're gonna like take the full dive. I was thinking, my first thought with Virgil isn't the poet, but actually
The poet?
isn't Dante's Inferno isn't by Virgil?
Okay.
I don't know.
I was talking about Static Shock, not Dante's Inferno. So.
Well, I only bring that up because my brain immediately went to Devil May Cry. The Virgil from Devil May Cry.
Gotcha.
And Dante is his twin brother. It's a whole thing. But yeah, when I hear Virgil, I think of Devil May Cry. So, Devil May Cry fans. I am the gamer.
You
Look
are
at
the
it.
gamer. Okay. That being said, here, I'm going to steal a topic from you.
Oh.
I'm going to steal it. No, not that
My
one.
topic's gone.
No, but a game. So,
Okay.
I want people to love this game, and I want to know if you want to see us cover this game, because it is honestly now part of my personality, and that is Bugsnax.
Yeah.
I love Bugsnax. It was a game no one else played. It's like Pokemon meets Muppets and like food. And it's so fun. And I love it so much. How many times have we played it?
I've gone through it entirely twice.
Twice? Oh yeah. Well, I have mostly. That being said, I fell asleep a little bit, but that's just because I am a tired little lady.
But I didn't have my own copy of it. I didn't own a copy of it, so I got it on Steam when it was on sale, and so I started a third playthrough. Because it's not super long.
No, and now it's on Switch, which means that it was on Switch for what, $10?
Yeah.
Right now? So now I might get it, and so if I can figure out how to hook up my Switch to this thing, I am considering doing a playthrough of Bugsnax, because no one else understands how much I love it. He got me a Bunger plushie for, was it Christmas or my birthday?
It was birthday or anniversary. I think it was birthday.
I think it was birthday, and I love it. Our dog hates it.
I remember.
Yes.
It was like, I was trying to wait until I think your birthday, and I was like, I can't wait anymore because it's Bunger.
It is Bunger. He is my
Bunger,
baby Bunger, and I love him. Evie, our dog, hates Bunger. She loves to yell at him and run away from him, but he is adorable, and I highly recommend. And I really want to dress up as a Grumpus sometime, like do a fashion Grumpus, but I need to know which one, and like how far do I go into the food transformation for that, because otherwise, legitimately, I'm just a Muppet.
I don't know.
Lethal Company! Yes, I do want to try that. I don't think I will be good at all, but I do want to try it. If we can figure out how to do like online streaming where we can play with everyone else, that could be a fun one.
Yeah, we'd like to eventually get to some games and stuff because we like games.
We do like games.
Also, I'm calling dibs on Gramble for the Bugsnax cosplay.
The Bugsnax cosplay that I will have to make you.
Yeah, that one.
One of us is the costume person in this house, and it is me.
And the other person is a mannequin that moves around.
It's true. Though Casey is like really a good sport about any time I ask him to dress up as something weird. I know that there's a photo on my Instagram of me posing with an Among Us, specifically the
imposter.
The imposter. Casey was gracious enough to don a pair of purple tights and a giant beanbag costume to let me have that moment.
Honestly, it was actually a really fun and interesting experience being inside of the costume because there was actually a lot of space, so I'm just like, space.
No, yeah, it was, because I took this gigantic beanbag, and basically everything came out of it. I reshaped it, filled it with couch foam, and it just made this little pod, and you had this little visor moment that you could see through, and then a tongue that you could stick your arm through and waggle it around. There's a video on this channel somewhere of making that. It was a time. It was a lot of a learning process, and I still need to get better at my sewing skills because I use a lot of hot glue and liquid stitch. Honestly, chef's kiss. Liquid stitch saves me every single time. But anyway, I just need to talk about Bugsnax because, again, no one understands how much I love Bugsnax. No one gets it.
So...
Yeah! Hey,
what
Marion, which, again, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, it really would like a few videos on that game.
Oh, we can do that.
We can do that. We can definitely do that.
Well,
We're a skull dungeon? Is that what we are? I'm just like, what is the skull dungeon?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm a hermit. I just play the games. I don't know like a lot of the interwebs and what they do.
It's true. I am the internet. He is the non-internet, the mainstream. I don't know. Anyway, your topic. Go for it.
Oh, so what's happened in a year and a half? Honestly, not much.
That's
the end.
Wow, the end. Live stream over.
Yeah.
Podcast over.
I mean, I was trying to think of like what all has happened in that time, and the only thing that sticks out to me are there are like two really big things, and yeah, my brain just draws a blank on trying to think of anything else that's really happened in that year and a half.
And what would you say one of those two really big things are, Casey?
So, I am going to age reveal on the podcast.
Yes, Hot Glue is the real goat.
Speaking of goats, I turned 30 last year.
You did!
And so that birthday was met with...
It was a pivot point in his life.
It was met with a bargain from you.
You make that sound like you made a deal with the devil, when in actuality...
Mamu, I've come to bargain. So, the thing was, she said, I want to do something special for your 30th birthday because...
Hi, TT Live!
It's a big deal.
I love you. You're great.
So...
Yes.
You came to me probably like a month or two before, and you were like, hey, I want to do something for your 30th, and so I was thinking I would take you to Vegas.
Which, to let you know, neither of us have really ever done Vegas.
I don't know if we have.
Listen, when it comes to Vegas, there are so many ways to go and do Vegas. We might be the most family-friendly on accident of that, but we can get to that.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, spoiler alert, we went to Vegas. So she said, I will take you to Vegas on one condition. There is a Taylor Swift concert that just happens to be there right around your birthday. So all you have to do is show up. All you have to do is go with me. Mm-hmm. And
it was a moment where I and a group of about 6 other people had been trying intently to get tickets to the Eras Tour. And
I helped with that.
And you did, because I was literally on a plane in the air when these tickets went on sale, on plane Wi-Fi, trying so hard to just kind of make the thing load to let me buy these tickets, and nothing was working. And I was just so sad. But then 2 of our people ended up actually getting tickets. One of them was for LA, and one of them was for Vegas. And a decent amount of our group ended up not being able to make the Vegas trip. So I had an extra ticket, and I was just like, hey, Casey, this is something that I don't want to like go alone, because I'm the only person from this area, going into Vegas for the show. Everyone else was going to be coming from a different point of the United States. So, want to go with me? And we can make it a long weekend.
I just remember it being a little bit more...
That was
you sitting down and just being like, hey, listen, it's your birthday coming up, and I've got a deal for you. Like, that's how the approach felt. Yes, totally coincidental. It just happened to be around that same time.
Yes, I've also only been to Vegas at this point in my life twice. Once was for work, the other was this.
And I'd like to say, at that point, like, Taylor Swift was someone I'm like, I have respect for as a human. didn't really listen to much of her music.
If it came up in my car, he was playing DJ, he would often skip it, and I would just have to be like, okay, I told you that you could be DJ, so I guess this is okay.
And my... Why you make me sound like a jerk?
Because you're making me sound like you made a deal at the crossroads with Crowley.
Because it's funny. It's
I know,
comedy.
but I already have a reputation of cutting people that I need to figure out where that came from. I'm like, I am just a sweet little lady sitting over here.
Let me address that, and I will take care of this right now. Because, yes, you say the crossroad demons like it's a bad thing.
It's not.
But
I want to be Tessa.
No, but you and I are like many seasons down the road, Crowley, where we're buddy, and like making a deal with Crowley is it's no problem.
Can I be David Tennant Crowley? And does that make you
a
Aziraphale?
Sure, but I think, don't you go by Crowley? Isn't it Crowley in Good Omens?
I think it's just Best Boy.
Oh, there was an accidental reference. You said you already have a reputation.
I do have a reputation.
So, this is why it's hard for us to get through any story.
No, we're a little bit...
No, this is why it takes us an hour for like 5 minutes.
We are a little bit tangential, and again, we're getting back into
this. What's a podcast for, if not tangents?
I mean, that's what it is. This is a podcast where we talk about things. So long as you're cool with that's what we do. Anyway.
Leave your other tangents and your cosines in your trigonometry class, because... God, that was my least favorite
Reputation
math class.
is my album, not just because it's snakes and wearing black. I promise you, it's not just because of those two things.
But that's not unwelcome.
No, they help, but it's not just because of those two things. I think as a full album, it is her best full story arc, with only arguably folklore as a full story. But I still go a little bit more Reputation. I have so many feelings about it. But anyway,
so,
Vegas.
So she was like, that's all you have to do. And I thought, as someone who,
Tris
I don't know, maybe we
do.
Serta, # not sponsored.
Oh man, no.
So, I'm just thinking of mattresses. It worked.
Right?
So, my experience with her, mostly outside of your car.
Taylor, not me.
Yes. I was in a 10-minute play in high school where, coffee, hello, I was a character that got thrown in a trash can as a bit in it because it's funny. Throw Casey in a trash can. It was funny. I loved it. It was so much fun. I got picked up, put upside down, and put in a very clean, empty, very sanitized trash can, and it was hilarious. But the big song of that, like at the beginning and end, was Love Story. So I was like, okay, I kind of like the song, and I'm not much of a country fan, so I didn't really like too much else. And then The Hunger Games came out when I was an extra.
No, it's true. You can see Casey for a half second.
Literally a hot second.
Like a hot second in the reaping scene in District 12, where all the people are standing up waiting.
She goes, I volunteered, and you can see me being like, I am sad. And that's it. But anyway, so...
We both... Here, that's a fun tangent. Just for 1 second.
We need more of those. Please,
no,
more
but we both have one iconic cameo
in
a movie. In a movie from doing background work.
That's mine.
That's yours.
I have a fun TV one where I'm just like dancing in a rave. But...
I mean, I have a TV one where you can see me dressed as a, alternate universe D&D character because I've been on random game shows. But I dare you, okay, to go watch A Star is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper and find the one frame where my face is just giant there. It's doing that for one frame.
Oh, man.
One frame.
Iconic.
It is so dumb. And it was
I'm sorry that you, unfortunately, never reached the heights of the
ever
face again.
No, it was 3 a.m. at the Greek Theater in Glendale, freezing.
It's not in Glendale.
Isn't that?
No, the Greek is like Hollywood/Los Feliz because it's up.
Oh, I think of it along with Griffith Park. Like, I think of it in that same section because, like, what is geography? But the Greek Theater, middle of the night. We can do a whole podcast about extra stories. That's a different thing. But and there's just a moment where we're doing stuff, and you just see my face go. Ee.
Yeah, it's whenever she's leaving after the
No,
big.
then I have to go find it.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to give them like.
That was the hint. We were at the Greek Theater. That is your hint.
I didn't know we weren't just like here.
No.
Okay.
I dared you to find it.
Okay. Well, dare accepted. So anyway.
We are both massive movie stars.
Speaking of dares and faces.
We have both been in. I've been in an Oscar-nominated movie. But yes, we were both making faces.
Speaking of.
Sorry.
An Oscar-nominated Taylor Swift. So the other thing was when the Hunger Games came out, I was listening to the soundtrack and I was like, "Ooh, she's got 2 songs on there. This is pretty good. Maybe I can like Taylor Swift from afar, like certain things, because I'm still to this day not a country fan. I tried it in 6th grade to like fit in for like 2 weeks, didn't work. No, just don't fall to feel pressure. Don't fall to feel pressure. Peer pressure is bad, kids.
To the peer pressure.
Do not fall
peer
to the. I still can't say peer pressure. I just want to say feel pressure.
Peer
Pressure. Feel pressure. Anyway.
I
won't
make unfortunate jokes.
Feel pressure.
Anyway, get to your point.
I'm trying so hard.
Sorry.
And so I was just like, yeah, and I remember the VMA thing with the I'm gonna let you finish and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw
it was
that,
the VMAs.
and I was like, wow, okay, yeah, that was very unfortunate. So I was like, I didn't really listen to her stuff, but I had absolutely no problem with Taylor.
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, I know that her music means so much to you, and you've gone to concerts for me. Mm-hmm. Literally, you've gone to them for me.
Yes.
And so I was
Speaking of the Greek Theater.
Yeah. Hey, it was Mastodon's 10th anniversary for Crack the Sky, and I was like, that was my first concert. Gotta go back. It was full circle. I loved it. Mwah.
We saw someone you knew from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
I was like,
anyway,
whoa.
Yeah.
In the pit. We're not going on another tangent. So.
Yes. So he was like, I'll do it.
So, meanwhile, Taylor's like, so you're saying there's a chance? And yes, there was a chance. I was like, okay. I'm sure I will have a great time. I already knew, like, it was very open from the beginning that it was a 3-hour show, and it's the Eras Tour. She's doing all her stuff. I'm like, that sounds really interesting on concept alone. Like, yeah, I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And so
also,
I was like, let's do it.
Zachary, if you guys can get me a role in the next Five Nights at Freddy's movie, I will be there. I am down. I am willing to even hop in an animatronic for that. It would be really fun.
I was just, the first thing that came to my head, I was like, what else? You can't do anything else. You have to be in an animatronic. Like, otherwise it's not on brand for you.
It's true. I am the person who would rather be in the costume than not. That being said, we can talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, in a different time because, like, I'm interrupting, but that also happened this year. So we should talk about that for a little bit.
All right. So, I said yes.
You said yes.
To the dresses that she wears in the concert. So,
yes.
We go and it was the first night. It was like the same day. We went and it was like the concert was that night.
Yes,
right?
Yes. I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we flew in. Because I didn't want to drive. I had my older car at the time, and I did not trust it to make that drive. But we flew in, got there like midday, and then 5 hours later was the concert.
Yeah, so we just got settled in a little bit, chillaxed just for a teeny bit, and then went to the concert, and Hi,
Brooke.
What can I say? I became a Swiftie instantly. Do you want to know the moment that I became a Swiftie?
Sure.
Well, there were two parts.
Okay.
The first was when she came out, shortly after that, and everyone is screaming. My ears just hit, like, went at least 10 levels past the sound barrier. I'm just like, I don't know what is happening. This is an audio, the new experience for my ears.
A pitch never heard before by Casey's ears.
And there was a part just after everyone was cheering for a little while, and she just cocked her head a little bit, and the whole place exploded, and I was like, that is power. So that, and then I believe it was during Bad Blood.
Oh, with the fire?
With the pyrotechnics.
Where the pyrotechnics were extremely close to us. We were legitimately in the nosebleeds behind the stage for that show. Like, we saw most of it through the screen, and when they walked further out onto, like, the B part of the stage. And so when the fire goes, here's us rocking out. Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, oh, you could
feel
that
the heat.
And so from there I was like, this is a good show.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I hadn't been enjoying it the whole time, but it was just like, yeah, okay, I am in. And
Reputation, man.
With our group afterwards, I was
no,
like,
that's 1989. Sorry, I was thinking Reputation because of they do the same kind of thing in that moment. The Bad Blood had its own moment in 1989. I know my lore. I know my albums. Ignore me.
So I wanted to give my review after the show as somebody. I was the only person in the group that wasn't a Swiftie at the time, and look at that, at the time. My review was holy bleeping bleep.
It was also, we walked out of that concert and we're walking back to the room at the Excalibur, and Casey just turns to me and he's like, I get it.
Yeah, so for the crossover with It's Always Sunny fans, maybe my favorite moment, one of my favorite moments in that whole show is when Rob McElhenney's character does a really beautiful dance to basically express himself and explain why he's gay. Danny DeVito's character gets up and like stands up, gives it a standing ovation, and just says, "Oh my God, I get it." Like that was the exact moment I had for during that concert. I just was like, "Oh my God, I get it."
And now he listens to it on his own. He quotes it to me. He starts singing songs. He comes up to me asking questions about the Taylor. Like, he went full Swiftie. Like, full Swiftie. There was nothing from there to there. Like you were saying, Agent Warstash, the casual listener to Swiftie Pipeline is just so real. It is so real. Or our surprise songs that day. So we had our song. And then Snow on the Beach.
Snow on the Beach, yeah.
Snow on the Beach. Where she was, it's the one where on TikTok you see it, where she's like, Lana Del Rey is not here. Yeah. I promise you. And it was that night. So it was Vegas night 1. I did, like, consider trying to get, like, last minute tickets to Vegas night 2, but we were already going to go to,
that was the jousting.
There was the jousting at the Excalibur that night, and so that's what we did. Because the rest of that trip was some jousting. We went to see Six the Musical. We went to the Rainforest Cafe.
You know, classic Vegas.
Vegas.
I do want to shout out Virgil, working at a children's hospital, and said, it says, for our holiday party, we did a Taylor Swift theme and screened the concert movie for the kids.
That's so good.
Amazing.
I love that.
I want to shout that out.
Oh my gosh, that warms my heart so much.
So we can skip a little bit ahead if you want to talk about when we went to the opening night for the concert film.
We did go to, so, yeah, we can jump around. I did take Casey to one other concert when she was here in LA, which was a lot less of convincing for that one. And then we and some of our friends went to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie premiere, which was real fun. There were just like these little kids, and it warmed my heart so much because we were talking to their mom, and these little kids, they were too young to go to a concert, so this was their first ever real concert experience. And I got to trade little friendship bracelets with them. And by trade, I mean give them friendship bracelets. And during the whole movie, they were playing in that, like, open area of the theater and dancing and doing all of that, and it was so cute because I remember being a kid, and even in like, I didn't have movies like this to go see when I was a kid. I guess the closest would be like Spice World, but I don't think I saw Spice World in theaters. I don't remember. I might have. Maybe? I don't know.
It was a long time ago.
It is a long time ago. Again, my memory, probably not that good. But I do have like big memories of like getting to play in those areas before or after a movie starts, and so watching these kids play and have like this concert moment where they got to experience all of the really fun parts of that concert for the first time was like really, really special to me. But also, it was just a good time.
Yeah, no, it was super fun, and yeah, I was having a lot of fun with one. I mean, I say Amy's friend, but she's my friend too. But like getting to hang out with some people and just enjoy the Swift of it all was a lot of fun. And to answer GT Live's question, we were not there for when it was being recorded.
No.
We went after that.
No, we
Right?
went. No, so our.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I think it was the 2 nights, because they recorded the movie over 2 nights. It was the 2 nights before we went. And then I went again with the group of people where we bought tickets all together that I mentioned earlier, that like the Vegas ones and the LA ones. And that was the night they announced 1989. So that was really fun to be there for because like that is my year and I love it. And it's also the year of some of my other friends who were there. And that was a really fun moment to get to share with like a bunch of diehard Swifties. I'm sorry you couldn't be there.
I know, but hey, I got to go twice to the tour, and it was and see the movie. So I had a good time. Was had. Worry not. It was super fun. Sorry, we're making your wait.
Which night are you going to GT Live? I'm really curious. I could count, but that's also my brain's not fully awake yet.
It's almost noon and you're not awake yet.
No, listen. Yesterday was stressful. My car battery died and I had to get it replaced, and I had to do like that plus all the work that I had to get done yesterday. My brain is tired. Okay.
Sorry. Oh. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, I sorry. I have to shout out to Agent Warfstash, because their first concert movie was the Barney concert.
Oh.
And so there were 2. I'm pretty sure that was the first thing I ever saw in theaters. I just don't remember it, but I know that I went. So that was also my first
concert movie.
Yeah, yeah. And the first movie I can remember and still slightly remember seeing in theaters was we were supposed to go to like a hockey game, but the traffic is really bad or whatever. Something happened, and we're just like, you know what? Let's just dip over here and go to the movies. And we saw Titanic. You know,
the children's movie.
Yeah. And so I
didn't see Titanic until I was like 18 or 19.
I just remember I switched laps, sitting in everyone's laps, because it was my family and my uncle, one of my uncles, and I just, throughout the course of the 3.5-hour movie, I was just hopping between people's laps because my butt got tired.
And also, like, how do you keep a kid entertained that whole time?
Yeah, I know. I watched the whole thing. But Barney was my first one, and I know that I saw that because I was told that I saw it. But yeah, so shout out to that.
So Taylor happened.
Yes.
And it's still happening.
Oh no, Amy, oh no.
What?
GT Live is going to Cardiff.
I tried to get tickets to Cardiff.
That's the one she really wanted to go to.
Okay, so I wanted to get tickets to one of the international dates. I tried so hard to get tickets to Cardiff because as a giant Doctor Who fan and someone who likes up to a certain point of Torchwood, I've always wanted to go to Cardiff and like see the wharf, like see Canary Wharf, like go to the iconic spots where the TARDIS lands and you see like Jack running to be like, Doctor! And all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, it would be really perfect to do that in line with the Taylor Swift stuff because, those are 2 things that have defined my life in really big ways, and then they just never email me back.
No.
So instead we're going to one of the Canada shows. Which, hey, I like Canada. I've never been before, so I'm excited.
Congrats, Canada. You're the runner-up.
But, like, I was, like, a little sad that the Cardiff one didn't work out. But I'm really, really excited for you. Like, I need to know everything. Ugh. So good.
Edward's first movie was the Power Rangers movie, and they brought toys with them, too. I'm like, that's awesome. I don't think I saw that one in theaters.
I don't remember if I saw the Power Rangers movie in theaters, but I do have photos somewhere in the closet that's over there of me in my... my grandma made me the Ninja Pink Ranger outfit from that movie for Halloween one year.
Ah, yes, the Ninjetti.
The Ninjetti. So I have that photo somewhere. I have that photo. I have the photo of me as the I was Mikey from the Ninja Turtles for a different Halloween that she also made. And then I have the photo of me with my Mikey cake. But I also had the like life size. It was like the size of a 4-year-old White Ranger, where you were supposed to be able to wear the outfit if you were little, and I was too tall. It was sad. But I had that for like the longest time. Anyway, so Taylor happened, and
She happened.
She is still happening. It's an amazing time to be a fan of Taylor Swift. Speaking of an amazing time to be a fan of things, Barbie also happened, and we went hard for Barbie. I don't know if I appear this way to other people. I freaking love Barbie. That, growing up, was my thing. Like, I had so many Barbie dolls. I had so many, like, types of Barbie, so many different generations of Barbie. I had some of the Christmas Barbies, some of the Generation Girl Barbies. I had, like, Disney ones, Mary-Kate and Ashley ones, and then just, like, a lot of random Barbies also. And I still have some of them. I actually have, like, a suitcase full that I want to do, like, a video on because my dad sent them to me because he's like, these have been living in my garage for years. Please take them back.
Before they rat kinged from The Last of Us.
I know. That being said, that being said, I think some of them might be a little crunchy now. But, like, I love Barbie. Like, that defined my childhood. I would play with them. I would do stories with them. It's how I learned I really loved storytelling and, you know, putting together these different plot lines and everything. Like, that's what I would ask for Christmas for a very long time. Probably like what people would consider too long for some things. But, you know, I have no shame. Like, I was playing with Barbies up till, like, middle school, like 6th grade.
I was the same. Like, I did, like, little fighting tournaments for some of my toys, and that went till, like, it was definitely into middle school.
Yeah. Listen.
Longer than they should, people say. I'm like, whatever, you guys collect toys and stuff. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, it's not even that. It's what I hate about how, like, we as a society think of toys, and I guess it also is, like, the frivolousness that we think of when it comes to, like, imagination play. It's the same way I feel like with how people, like, react to Barbie as, like, not a real serious movie to take consideration of. It's just, like, that imagination play and letting people see these other things in their brain for as long as they are able is how we get amazing stories and amazing movies. And, like, all of the media that we consume are because they were people who weren't too afraid to keep letting their imagination do these things and finding outlets for it. And so, like, when people are like, oh my god, you played with Barbie until middle school? Yeah, because I love stories and I love creating these little things. So, like, why not? Honestly, if I had enough time, I would play with Barbie now. I just, you know, I fall asleep instead. Anyway,
so, you know,
my impassioned Barbie speech.
I just pictured a little Barbie just popping up into frame and just going, good night, next to Amy.
It's true. If they had Sleepy Barbie, that's me. I've
been meaning to, like, do a post or something about it for a while, but I'm like, seriously, if there's an urge that you have to...
We did not do Barbenheimer, unfortunately.
Yeah, just the one. Just the Barbie.
Just the Barbie.
But if you're out there and you're like, oh, I kind of, you know, if the movie scratched the itch for you and you're like, I want a Barbie. I want to get a Barbie. Do it. Get the Barbie.
Get the Barbie.
Get all of them. Do whatever you want.
You got me a Barbie for Christmas.
I did.
You got me down with the patriarchy Barbie, which is the Barbie movie moment where they're in the jumpsuits and like collecting all the other Barbies to de-brainwash them
Super
from the
cool heist Barbie.
Yeah, and so now she lives on one of my shelves because I don't have anywhere for her to go. But eventually, I might see if I can find Weird Barbie, because I know that they released her and I didn't get to pre-order her, and I would love to have that. But like, I love Barbie. It makes my heart happy.
And I also love the movie.
Yes. My Barbie were Pokemon trainers a lot, because I had a lot of the little Pokemon. So that was my other outlet.
Oh yeah, you made them Pokemon. See, that's cool. I'm like, where's that? I would like that. Hey. Hang on. There's something else that happened. This was much more recent, but Pokemon Concierge.
Oh my god, Pokemon
is
Concierge.
So good.
It's so good.
And I want more of it, and I'm mad that they're like, oh, that's it. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I need more Pokemon content that is not battle focused. I want like to just get to do a full game as a Pokemon stylist. I want like a free world map Pokemon Snap. Like, I want you to give me more of these. These things, these little insights into the world. I don't want to make them fight each other all the time.
And so, I propose, I want to see stop motion Barbie Pokemon trainers. Like, let's have that crossover. Let's see it.
Oh man, that's entering that side of YouTube that can get a little weird. But anyway, the Barbie movie came out. It was real good.
And there was, like, I was just listening to... This was a little while back, listening to I'm Just Ken, and...
No.
But I was weirdly just hit with emotion I was surprised by how much emotion I felt by the line, I'm just Ken and good at stuff. I'm like, I am good at stuff. And for those listening, I'm wearing the I Am Knuff hoodie, and I also have I Am Knuff underneath, because sometimes you gotta double up to make it true. And
sometimes you just have to realize that not only are you Knuff, you are more than Knuff.
And so my personal thing is when people are like, oh, this movie is not for me because it's, you know, aimed
Bye, Brooke.
Bye. This movie's not for me because it's aimed at a femme audience. I'm like, bro, you gotta look within, bro. You gotta look within your inner bro. There's more to life than just The Godfather.
But back, I haven't seen The Godfather.
I really like it. The end.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's good. Like, it's good. But I'm just like, if you're just like, oh, this movie isn't for me, I don't think you were not looking hard enough. Also, the Billie Eilish song,
it gets you
What
every
Was I
time.
Made For? I'm like, yeah, that's the impossible try not to cry challenge right there.
That's a big one. I do love the meme though of when I'm Just Ken won the Golden Globe.
The Critics' Choice.
The Critics' Choice over. Right? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Critics' Choice over What Was I Made For? Just the Ryan Gosling moment of.
He went on a journey.
I know, because he's just like, what? But I'm glad that it got recognition. It's a good song.
The movie is very much like, this has everything.
It has fashion. It has set pieces. It has musical numbers. And MTV's Dan Cortez.
With a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean a lot of bit of existential crisis. Peppered in for good measure.
Yep. I'm surprised that, like, sure, they made Weird Barbie. I'm surprised that we didn't get, like, a limited edition existential crisis Barbie version, because, like, that would have sold. It would have sold. Oh, yeah, just do the Taylor Swift look.
I just love the face, which is great for listeners.
There's a photo from the red carpet at the, it was not the Americana, it was the Grove, where they did the premiere of the Taylor Swift concert movie. And there's a photo of Taylor Swift looking down at something as she's signing it, just going like, And it is an iconic moment that, you know, I feel on a spiritual level. I do think we're getting close to time, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, those were the only two things that have happened in the past year and a half. Literally nothing else happened, so...
He was so confused. But this is something that we want to bring back. Again, we don't have a set day for when we're going to live stream every time, so it won't necessarily always be this time of day. So if you have a specific time you think would work best, please leave it, in the chat or in a comment, and we'll take a look at it and try to see what works with our schedules. If it's later, earlier, weeknights, weekends, like what really works, we're going to try to figure it out. But if you follow us both on Instagram, which is Amariebythesea and CasedCrusader, you'll get updates for when we're about to go live. We'll try to give you as much warning as we possibly can, as well as let you know, what the topic will be, or if we are asking for topics on what we should cover for that episode. We'll probably post it there first.
Yeah, definitely let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yes. I know I got some suggestions of, like, fashions of different pop culture characters, or, like, episode talking about, like, our opinions on, like, the recent reboot culture that's been happening. And so, like, those are definitely on our list. But if there's other things you want, let us know. I thought I was going to drop my coffee. Sorry. But until then, we really, really appreciate you coming back for this, new era of Talk Nerdy to Me, baby. And hopefully...
Are we in our live stream era?
We are in live stream era. Yes. We are, in our visual podcast era. Maybe one day they'll let us put it on Spotify. Who knows? Because they do visual podcasts now. Anyway.
I'm like, a visual podcast. Isn't that just... It's the...
Anyway, thank you so much for making this, like, a really fun time. I can't express to you enough how much it means that you all turned out for this. And hopefully, we get to have some more fun together. This is going to be a really good time. Let other people know about the podcast if you can. And don't forget to binge our other episodes that have been up on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud. There's a lot there. They're very long because if you can't tell, we talk a lot. And
hey, Amy, guess what?
What?
You know what else I did in that year and a half?
What?
I played games.
You did play games. He has his annual game awards, his Casey Game Awards that he's gonna do, which is all of his best games of 2023. His 2022 you posted somewhere else.
Yeah, I just did like a written thing because that's how it started, was like with movies and games, just making a little post about it. But I've done some videos in the past, and we've done it here on the podcast before, so I'm excited to bring that back because there's some good stuff that came out, and I like games.
I can also give you my favorite games of 2023, but they might not be games that were released in 2023. So, can also add that. It's nice little, flavor on top. But until next time, thank you so much for tuning in to Talk Nerdy. Oh my gosh, it's been a while,
Feel
friends.
Pressure.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Talk Nerdy to Me, baby. You will hear this again on Spotify, Apple, all those podcast areas on Tuesday. So you can go hear that there. And then look out on Instagram for when we will be doing our next live recording of the podcast. Until then, friends, I really, really appreciate you. And you have heard us. We have heard you. And this has been Talk Nerdy to Me, baby. I'm going to close this out, and it's going to take me a second because I haven't had to do it this way before. Bye.
I'm just going to keep waving till we're out.